Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Conley Memorial Stadium for tonight's opening matchup between the Longmeadow Lancers and your Woburn Tanners.
Stop and start every play.
At midfield of the captain for tonight's game, from Longmeadow, number 3, Finley Morin. Number 9, Joseph Heiser. Number 73, Nico Slocum. And number 78, Jack Sullivan. And the captains for the Woburn Tanners, number 6, Evan Palanto. Number 57, JJ Verlaine. Number 10, Mark Catone. Number 25, Ryan Pacini. And number 15, Brian Ferreira. Woburn has won the toss and has deferred. Longmeadow will receive. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Guile on the kick return. Alex Tran with the tackle. Longmeadow ball, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Handoff is to number 33, Anthony Bosket. Ferreira with the tackle. 2-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 12.
Who do I got?
Yeah, I'm at the other side.
Bosket on the rush. Third and 8 from the 32-yard line.
Alright, I'm gonna start with him. You got it, okay?
Sam Tarrant on the rush. 4th down.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. Maybe bring the WD-40 for him.
Yeah. And the corner's pretty deep too.
Tanner's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Woburn Tanner's touchdown scored by number 15. 2-point conversion is good.
there. That could be something that they needed considering the struggles they've had up to this point. Longmeadow back on the field now. It's a play action pass looking for the running back. It's number 33, Bosquet, and he makes the catch.
Pass is complete from Brody Harrington to number 33, Anthony Bosquet. 4-yard gain on the play. Ferreira on the tackle.
Brian Ferreira once again on a tackle there. He's been all over the field to start this game, of course, with the opening touchdown. Harrington and company back on the ball. Harrington under center. The motion comes from number 4. And up the middle goes the run. Taken down there.
Lost it on the run. Davis with the tackle.
You know, it's still early in the season. You're going to see mistakes like a block punt, like a overthrown pass. You know, that's why you start with games like Longmeadow.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are now back. The score 8-0 as we just hit under 6 minutes to go. Third and 3 from the Woburn Tanner 49-yard line upcoming for Harrington and company and the Lancers. Harrington hands it off. Up the middle it goes. Nice defense there by the Tanners, but I believe Bosquet got just enough for the first down. No, they mark it short, but it'll be interesting to see if the Lancers elect to go for it with the struggles on offense they've had up to this point. Joey Matroni and Zeke Altman back with you as we once again apologize for the audio difficulties, but we're glad to be back for the rest of this ball game. Once again, the Tanners up 8-0, 5:06 and counting to go. It's a big 4th down upcoming, and instead the Lancers will elect to punt the ball away. It's another high kick. Passini elects to not touch it, and it'll go out of bounds near the 15-yard line.
Sorry for the audio difficulties, like Joey, like you said. But we have a great game for you guys tonight. 8-0. Just to summarize the start of this game, Brian Ferreira, first play on offense. A dish out from new quarterback Caden Davis to Brian Ferreira. He takes it to the house. And Brian Ferreira takes in the 2-point conversion. And that's how we got here. There's been a block punt, a couple missed passes. But it's been a fun night so far, Joey.
All of the miscues we've seen so far are typical miscues you'll see in a week 1 matchup, as players are getting more time than maybe they have last year, and guys are getting acquainted to new positions on the field even. As we've seen that multiple times with the Tanners.
And we want to talk about the new offensive line, Joey. We didn't get to talk about that before the show, but we'll talk about it after this play.
Caden Davis under center. The toss will go to Passini, who goes up the middle, breaks the initial tackle, but is then taken down after a gain of 5 by a multitude of Lancers.
And yeah, Joey, the offensive line composed of 3 rookies new to the varsity level of football. Dorian Inez Carrington at the left tackle, protecting new quarterback Caden Davis' blindside. Joe Senna at left guard, and right tackle Jalen Merlane. He played a lot of tight end last season, but now he's on that right tackle role.
That was a team first move by Merlane to take the position switches. It's an end around handoff to Brian Ferreira, who gets a nice gain, good enough for a first down, and is taken down by number 3 Finley Morin.
And Brian Ferreira, like we keep talking about him, he is really the superstar on this team. He was the Middlesex League All-Conference last year, Liberty All-Star for 2022, finished last year with 19 touchdowns and 1,713 rushing yards. That is an 8.5-yard average, Joey.
He is once again closing in on that Tom Hart single season rushing record as a Tanner. It's an inside handoff for a minimal gain on first down.
And Joey, back to Ferreira, 3,065 career yards. Obviously, that's been added to tonight, but he was 458 yards away from the Woburn Tanners rushing record held by Tom Hart. So let's see how many games it takes Ferreira, as might not be that many, Joey.
That was Thomas Canavy there on the 3-yard gain to start it off, as Davis in the split back formation And he hands it to Ferreira, who evades the first tackler and gains enough for a first down.
Ferreira this drive 2 times keeps moving the stick, so consistent on his legs. I want to talk about Ryan Lush. He was a big part of the team last year. He has the speed, he has the strength. He actually has a 6.71 in the 55 meters, which was second in the Middlesex League. He's famous for his Fenway game, but he's a split end now. Last year he had 45 carries, 8 touchdowns overall. He's a very effective punter. That one out of character, but we will see consistency as the season goes along.
I would expect Ryan Lush to be a guy you see come in motion, getting his momentum going before handing the ball off to him. It's another full house formation. It's a pitch to Pacini, who goes up the middle, across midfield, and it's a good first down play that'll move the chains once again.
Pacini last year, a Middlesex League Liberty Division All-Star. He's a receiver and safety, so he's a heavy workload, and he's a senior captain, so a lot of respect for Pacini.
So far, the Tanners have focused a lot on the run game, but we can see Pacini become that vertical speed threat when the Tanners do spread the ball out in the passing game.
Pacini, a big leader around the school, 3-sport captain. Last year, he was the top pass catcher for the Tanners with 17 receptions and 4 touchdowns.
Evan Kolodko lined up at tight end for this one. Pacini ends up behind him. It's a full house formation with the firmmost back being Canavy. It's another pitch to Ferreira, who bounces to the edge. Jukes a defender, still on his feet, being dragged out of bounds there.
A 19-yard gain there for Ferreira. He keeps chipping away tonight with a third first down on the drive. This drive really gives credit to Brian Ferreira, as the last drive was too, Joey.
The 3 first downs come in a row, and the Tanners have some momentum going on offense as they will sub out for Ryan Lush as Davis makes his way back to the huddle.
And talking about Coach Jack Belcher, Joey, he has a 36-24 record with the Tanners, and he loves this kind of offense. Ground and pound, running the ball.
Tanners lined up in the I form. Davis to take the under center snap. It's another handoff to Ferreira, who looked to bounce it outside, almost tackled, and he's still going. He's a guy that's hard to take down, and he proves it on that one. Good for a 7-yard gain.
Ferreira on the run. 8-yard gain.
And you know, in the paper, Coach Belcher said, you know, he loves to. He's not going to go air Belcher, but he's gonna keep running the ball, keep that going, because that's the skill he's had as a coach. He was an O-lineman for BC back in the day, with the famous Doug Flutie, Joey.
Under a minute to go now as Davis makes his way back again to the huddle. Second and three from the 20-yard line for the Tanners. Davis under center. Split backs and Canadian Ferreira. It's a toss to Ferreira, who initially bobbled it, looking to get to the outside again, and is finally shouldered out of bounds. But it's good enough for a first down, as it's a 10-yard gain. The 4th first down of the drive for the Tanners, as they have just marched their way all the way down the field.
So much running the ball, so much success with that we haven't even got a chance to talk about the rookie quarterback for this Tanners team, Caden Davis. I mean, we talk about Brian Ferreira, Mark Coutone, all these different leaders, but Caden Davis is a leader. We talked to his other quarterback room specialist, Hadi Bilal, and Hadi talked about how much of a leader Caden Davis is, and, quote, definitely one hell of a leader. Joey.
Earning the respect of the locker room was a big thing for Davis, and he's done so thus far. As Coutone comes in motion, he's the extra blocker. The handoff goes to Souza, and it's good for a 5-yard gain. Matt Souza's first carry of the season, as he's taken over some of that fullback role that was left by number 42, if you remember, last year's senior captain Michael Doherty.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with more Tanners football after the break.
Back here on WPMC for the start of the second quarter as we get to a 2nd and 7 play upcoming for Caden Davis and the Woburn Tanners. As we've mentioned already, Caden Davis making his first varsity start. He was the backup for Brett Tuzolo last year and got into some games, but still the widest range of plays we've seen thus far from Davis.
From the 8-yard line.
Full house formation here.
From the 8-yard line, Davis waits the under center snap, hands it off to Ferreira, who bounces to the edge, and he's in for his second Tanner touchdown of the ball game.
And Ferreira keeps chipping away on that record that he has. But I want to talk about the running game, just all the way down the field, and a lot of credit that goes to the offensive line. All three of those rookie offensive linemen is just so impressive to see how they conducted themselves going all the way down the pitch, Joey.
Multi-touchdown games are not something that are foreign to Brian Ferreira. He adds to his list of multi-touchdown games here in week 1 of the 23-24 season. As we go to a 2-point conversion in the full house formation, it's another handoff to Ferreira, who marches his way into the end zone. It's 16-0 Tanners early in the second.
Joe, you think Coach Belcher respects and trusts Brian Ferreira? I mean, he's had 16 points so far for this Tanners team. He's just so incredible. And we asked him, he's such a stud on the offensive end, but we asked him a little bit about his defensive skills. And I asked him, Joey, you're a force on the offensive end, but how much pride do you have for your defensive work? He said, I plan on taking my defensive skills to another level this year. The loss of Michael Doherty, as we know, is a tough one, but me and other guys have to step up. You know, Joey, today, it's a little nervous weather day as thunder and lightning struck down on the city of Woburn approximately 4 hours ago. But the conditions seem to be calming down a little bit as it's a nice Friday evening in the city of Woburn.
They are definitely calmer, but the heat has not gone away.
Couple games yesterday in Woburn sports canceled because of this scorching heat. The humidity is on another level, so it's going to be tough for that offensive lineman, those offensive linemen, but they've been doing fine so far.
Catone back again to kick it off back to the Lancers. It's 2 men back deep for Longmeadow.
His first couple kicks have been short ones. Let's see if he can send this one into the Woburn night.
He elects not to go deeper as it's popped up again, taken in on 2 knees and marked down there immediately at the 33-yard line.
Little awkward spill from the Lancer there as a flag is on the field.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
Longmeadow back on the ball here as they've gone 0 for 3 on their first 3 drives in terms of points, as we have a penalty flag on the kickoff, I believe, going against the Tanners, which will send the Longmeadow Lancers up.
And Joey, last year we talked about it a lot. I get it's earlier in the season, but unforced errors. The Reading game, the Wakefield game, those are games that they really had a really good chance to win, but unforced errors killed them in the end, and that's an example of that. Let's see if they can, scrap that away.
More full house formation as Sam Karen comes in motion. The handoff, however, will go to number 4. That is Jurgen Bouvier on the carry.
Number 4, Jurgen Boisvert.
And Boisvert, Brian Ferreira and his crew take him down. The likes of Thomas Kanivi, Evan Klodko, a real defensive force in the middle there, part of that big front 7 that the Tanners have.
A 7-yard gain on the first play of the drive, and that's something that Longmeadow hasn't seen up to this point, with getting ahead of the chains early, as the handoff will go to number 3 and tries to bounce it to the outside, is unsuccessful. That carry is Finley Morin once again.
And Joe, we talk about Caden Davis a little more here. He's playing defense and offense. His workload is heavy. Like Ryan Piscini, like Evan Clarko, their workloads are heavy. So it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Belcher manages that throughout this season, because there's a lot of heart and soul that takes, Joey.
That's definitely true there. As the Lancers will go back into their full house formation, which has been the same as the Tanners. Harrington back under center as number 3, Morin will come in motion, and the handoff will go to 34 with a flag on the play. That's Luca Marino, and it'll be a false start.
See how the Tanners can capitalize on this first down penalty from the Lancers. The Lancers, one player to highlight on the Lancers, Ben Mulcahy. He is the offensive line and defensive line specialist for this team. And he was the star player last year, 6'4", 235 pounds. He was the first team All-League defense and All-Western Mass last season. He has a 3.6 GPA, and he has an offer from Hamilton, so good stuff from him as we see how the Tanners can contain him.
Mulcahy went into this season as part of the Super 7 in Western Mass. As it'll be another full house formation. Harrington under center. 14 comes in motion. It'll be another handoff to 34. Luca Marino, who finds open space, still room to run, and is finally chopped down by safety Mark Catone.
Right through the linebackers there, as Mark Catone had to track way back, as you can tell Brian Fair reinforcements come right in there.
Catone went low on Marino, which is the one that caused him to go down. However, the carry is still plenty good enough for a first down. Harrington back again under center. He will hand it off to Marino again, and it's a nice tackle there by the quarterback, Caden Davis, after a gain of 4. Caden Davis, a star two-way player, now the starting quarterback. That doesn't stop his safety duties.
You know, Davis, back in the day, was a flag football stud in the city of Woburn. You can just see how a young kid like that progresses through Woburn, through the system, to get to where he is today.
Caden was a safety last year and has even started to get some reps at linebacker as we head into this season. Karen comes in motion again. It's a play-action fake to him. Harrington throws, corner of the end zone, incomplete.
Really good coverage there by Ryan Lush. You can see exactly where Carrington was going with the football. Ryan Lush stood with him step by step. So great defense there from the young cornerback.
Ball went towards the front corner of the end zone near the pylon, but out of bounds.
Here's Longmeadow in the red zone.
For the first time tonight, they find themselves in the red zone. It's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 7, excuse me. It's a shotgun snap for the first time. Harrington looking to throw right side. Incomplete.
There's a flag on the play here. Let's see what they're going to call. No signal yet from the referee. They're going to discuss it here.
The call will be an ineligible man downfield going against the Lancers, which will back them up.
That penalty flag is against Longmeadow.
Coach Belcher found his way all the way out onto the field to hear
that penalty has been declined.
To have a conference with the ref, and he's decided to decline that penalty, which will bring up 4th down.
And of course, Joey, as you'd expect, you want to put pressure on the Lancers there. It's 4th and long. It's not a short 4th down play, so they'll take it here.
They will go for it. Harrington under center takes the snap. Karen comes in motion. Looked like a jump off sides, and it was indeed. It's number 56, Joe Senna, with the early jump.
Another unforced error, especially on a 4th down play like that. Now it becomes 4th and short, Joey. And you have to ask questions here on how the defense is going to set up for this one.
They will make some subs as Senna comes off the field here.
Fourth and 1 from the 13-yard line.
With the penalty, it becomes a 4th and 1 coming from the 13-yard line. It's a heavy set formation. Karen comes in motion again. It's a handoff to Marino. He's get taken down by the knees, lunges forward. Let's see where they spot it.
Luca Marino on the rush.
Marino gets
Back
just
carry
enough
to
for a first down.
First down.
1st and 10 here on the 11-yard line. Just made it over that line. Just a last second tackle didn't get him down there. As you have to fear for the Tanners here with 8:12 and running left in this first half.
As Marino started to feel contact towards his legs, he lunged forward to make sure he got enough. The heavy set full house formation once again. Harrington under center. And it's an off-tackle handoff that is stopped for a short gain.
And this Longmeadow team must not be underestimated. Last year they were 4-5, but they play good teams. They play Springfield Central, one of the best teams in the state. They played Wellesley last year. They have experience. Whether they lost those games or not, they have experience against good teams like the Tanners.
Second down here for the Lancers. Harrington is back under center once again. He motions out number 14, Sam Karen, to bring in a 2-back set. It's a quarterback wrap run here. Harrington lowers his shoulder to get past 44, and it's good for a 5-yard gain.
The Tanners last year finishing 5-3 with 3 losses against Bedford, Reading, and Wakefield, all at home. So let's see this year how they can capitalize on being at Connolly Memorial Stadium, as they weren't able to last season.
3rd and 5 from the 6-yard line upcoming here for Harrington and the Lancers. Let's see where they elect to go here.
Lining up at the 6-yard line here. Look at 17, Chris Filippioni on the bottom of your screen.
He's lined up out wide as a motion man comes in. It's an inside handoff to Marino, and he's marked ahead of the goal line for the first Lancers touchdown of the season.
A couple unforced errors going down the field, Joey. Nothing you can do about that. A lot of hard running there from Longmeadow. You know, they don't have the talent that the Tanners have, but it's not like they're just not going to try and come out to Woburn. They've made a far drive. It's 2 hours to Longmeadow, so they're not going to come out here sleeping, Joey.
That would not be what they wanted, and that's not what they've done so far. They've brought some energy here on that last drive. They will set up for a 2-point conversion here in that same formation they've been in. It'll be another inside handoff to Marino again. He is in to make it 16-8 with 6:28 to go. The Longmeadow Lancers cut the lead in half. We'll be back after the break here on WPMC. Luca Marino finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown and 2-point conversion to cut the lead in half as the Longmeadow Lancers get their first 8 points of the season, but now they'll send it back to the Tanners.
Here's a first look here at who's going to be returning kickoff for the Tanners. It looks like Ryan Lush and Brian Ferrer are back there at around the 15-yard line.
We've also seen Ryan Piscini on punt returns, so a lot of the major guys on the offensive side still get their snaps on special teams as well. It's number 3, Finley Morin, to kick it away, and it's taken in on a bounce here. Looking to reverse field, has a seam, does number 3, Ryan Lush, and it's a nice return up almost to the 30, maybe the 29.
Yeah, well said, Joey. A couple blockers that he got in there, took his speed all the way out left.
Tanner take over at their 29-yard line.
Lush does know that he, of course, has that speed to outrun most defenders on the field, so he wanted to find as much green grass as he could.
And Joey, while the Tanners are huddling here, I just want to pay attention to the upcoming games for the Tanners. Next week, also at home, Friday Night Lights once again at 7 p.m. against Burlington, the Battle of Wynn Street. And then a week after that, again at home against BC High. That's going to be one of the toughest opponents they play all season as the Tanners come back.
It's another toss to Ferreira as he looks to go outside, but this time is unable to do so. It's a loss of 1.
Brian Ferreira stops in the backfield by number 3, Finley Morin.
Last year, Longmeadow allowed an average of 21.5 points per game and scored 19.7, so a negative 1.8 point differential for them. And the Tanners, injury-wise, a couple guys missing, whether it be Nathan Ford or Jorge Morales. Those are big pieces for them in their front lines, both on offense and defense.
Heading into the season, Ford was believed to have the spot for starting center, but that's been taken over for the moment by number 55, Dante Delagrande. The handoff inside will go into a group of people, and it's a gain of 3.
Third down here. Third down at about 7. Let's see what the Tanners, where the Tanners go here. There haven't been much passing plays for the young QB, Caden Davis. Let's see if Coach Belcher opts to go that direction here.
They've had a 3rd and 17 in this game. Now it's a 3rd and 7, so it's the second medium to long range 3rd down play the Tanners have had to do. And now it's a split back shotgun formation. Davis, play action, looks to pass, firing, and it's caught. And let's see where they mark the ball. It looks to be right at the first down marker. And good enough, it was taken in by Ryan Lush, who has the first completed pass of Caden Davis's varsity starting career.
And you can just see the applause from the stand, from family, friends. It's been an impressive journey for Caden Davis throughout the years, and here he is on the big stage showing.
An unbelievable night it has to be for Caden Davis. His first varsity start up early in the game. He's been doing exactly what he needs to do, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. Wide receivers out wide. This time it's a sweep to Ferreira, who looks to get to the edge. This time he's chopped down again behind the line of scrimmage.
It's actually Passini on the run there. There was a block that missed out there. Coutone was on all the way on the bottom of your screen, ready to block that last guy, but Passini was not able to use the speed to get out to the corner. Passini last year, the top pass catcher for the Tanners with 17 receptions and 4 touchdowns. And Coach Belcher has trusted him to be the next captain of this team.
Passini will go lined up out wide this time. He'll come in motion again. And it's this time it is a toss to Ferreira, who gets across midfield and is just barely chopped down at the 45-yard line. If he wasn't tackled there, he might have been headed back to pay dirt.
And Joey, it didn't even look like he was tackled by a Longmeadow Lancer there. It looked like Matt Souza just had a miscommunication and ran right into him. If Ferreira had an ability to get to the line without a player in his way, jeez, he would have used that speed that he has to get into the house for the 3rd time tonight.
Matt Souza now in the backfield for Davis and company. It is a handoff to the big man. And he is stopped quickly.
We talked about how the Tanners prepared for this game. We asked senior leader Hadi Bilal how they prepared, and they said they used film from last year to really see how a team, but they talked about the scout team and how important the scout team is to really mimic what Longmeadow are doing.
Second down, full house formation. Snap to Ferreira. Snap goes to Davis, and then handoff to Ferreira. He's marked down at the 39 after a 5-yard gain.
And really give so many people credit. These players have came in August 21st and really worked hard every single day since, whether it be 90 degrees or 60 degrees. Didn't matter what the temperature or the conditions were.
3rd and 5, 2 receivers out wide. It's a handoff. Ferreira has enough for the first down as he's taken down by number 21 on the play. That is William Hefner.
Ferreira continues to churn yards down the field, as last year had an 8.5 yard average throughout the season, and he continues to be consistent with his gain average.
With the strength that Ferreira has, he's absolutely one of the hardest men to take down in the backfield in the Middlesex League.
And there was young fullback Thomas Knievy there on the run. You know, every time you'll pull up to the Woburn High School turf, you'll see Thomas Knievy there working hard, working out, perfecting his craft. That's really why he's here at such a young age.
Another bunch formation and a quick handoff. Believe that one went to Ferreira again.
There's a timeout called from the Woburn Tanners. We'll be back after a quick break.
No, but it's motion 2. So 3 series pass.
Back here at Woburn Public Media Center, a couple subs into the game with Anderson Pignaton perfecting the blind side now as Davis hands off to Ferreira.
Ferreira up the middle. He is going to go for his 3rd touchdown of the game. What a start to the season for the senior running back, carrying the offense up to this point.
And Joey, he is just putting this Longmeadow Lancers defense to sleep every single play. Might as well do the Steph Curry celebration as he has had his 3rd touchdown of the game. He is really racking them up here as he did last season, as he continues to do.
Some of that credit, of course, has to go to the offensive line as they opened up a great area for Ferreira to get into the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. Whether it be Pignaton, Senna, Delaguardi on that left side, and especially new tight end Dylan Sigsbury, who we'll talk about a little later in the show.
It's another 2-point conversion in the full house formation. Looking to get to 24 of the Tanners. The ball is fumbled and taken in by Longmeadow, so it'll be an unsuccessful 2-point conversion, as I believe the handoff was meant to go for Knaevy, but some miscommunication between Davis and Knaevy on the handoff.
And like we talked about Sigsbury earlier, Sigsbury, he is actually the grandson of legendary coach of the Woburn Tanners, Rocky Nelson. And he's in the mix for that QB role, whether it be Dylan Sigsbury, Sean Marsh, Hadi Bilal, and Caden Davis starter. We remember Coach Belcher saying all four of those players are capable of a starting role in this team.
It really must have been one of the harder decisions up to this point in the season. But as we mentioned, the team first attitude from J.J. Merlane, you can give some of that credit also back to Dylan Sigsbury to finding a way to be involved in this team.
Great point there, Joey, and a lot of good pieces. As we pay attention to number 43, star special teamer, the Matthew Slater of this special teams, Michael Nicholas, number 43, at the bottom of your screen.
He's already had a special teams tackle on one of these returns. This one's taken in on the left side. It's number 17 who bounces his way outside but is then taken down, this time by number 44, Thomas Canavy.
Philippone on the kick return.
He's
Canavy with the tackle.
Taken down at the 43, and it's Philippone again on the return.
Very important to see how Longmeadow and Woburn both managed their time here with 50 seconds left in this first half, with Longmeadow down 2 scores.
I bet if I'm the Longmeadow staff, I'm hoping to maybe get some points with... I understand that there's only 50 ticks left in this half, but if you can get points to cut the deficit from 14 into single digits, I think that's massive if you're Longmeadow.
And a quick little timeout here from Coach Belcher. There's a little confusion from the middle linebackers and safety. We'll be back in a second.
Longmeadow now taking over with 50 seconds to go, down 14, in need of points before the half as Karen comes in motion. It's a pass. Here comes the pressure from Souza, who trips, and now the pass gets out. It's a screen type play across the 45, but before midfield, and a 13-yard gain on the opening play of this drive, but 10 seconds do come off the clock.
Marino on the reception.
But to prevent even more time from coming off the clock, Longmeadow has elected to take a timeout.
And we won't go to break just yet, Joey. Interesting, 40 seconds left, a quick first down. The Tanners look like they are playing prevent defense with a couple safeties far back there in the middle linebackers playing with a little more depth. Obviously preventing the long run or the long play. Joey.
Yes. And I think what the problem with prevent defense can be sometimes is it leaves parts of the field wide open, and with only 40 seconds left, the type of plays that the Longmeadow Lancers are going to want to see are chunk plays that can get 10 plus yards each time they snap the football.
And I want to do a little bit of Throwback Friday with last year on the first home game of the season against Bedford. Eric Miles, on one of the last plays of that first half, ran for about an 80-yard touchdown, really to put a dent in that game, as the Tanners felt really difficult to come back in that game, as they just came short last year, losing that one 21-14. But here we go, 40 seconds left, Joey.
40 seconds left to go. The Longmeadow Lancers end up in a wide formation for the first time. Karen comes in motion. It's another drop back pass, firing it quickly. It may have gone off the ground, and it did, as it is an incomplete pass intended for Philippone.
Second down.
7 seconds come off the clock there on that one. 33 left to go with the clock stopped. Under 2 minutes to go on every play.
Carrington comes out of the huddle with his coach here. Coach Tanner Williams for the Lancers. Fitting coming to Tanner football.
It's another pass-style formation with 2 out wide to the right, but 2 fullbacks in the backfield. One comes in motion. It's an inside run, and Marino trying to stay up on his feet, and it is a timeout again by the Lancers as that play got them past the 45 to the 44 of the Tanners.
21 seconds left in this first half, Joey, and we talk about just like that play. A couple players in for the tackle, a couple of players standing out. When we were in Lexington last year, Joey, one of the big things that Coach Belcher preached was focus and effort. That's exactly what this Tanners team needs to continue throughout the game. This Longmeadow Lancers team is obviously not as talented as the Tanners, obviously not talented in the coaching staff as the Tanners, but focus and effort is going to help them prevail through better teams, and this is a way to show that, because the Longmeadow Lancers aren't going away like you said earlier, Joey.
We mentioned their travel that they have taken all the way from Springfield over here to Woburn. And in that type of game, you want to come out with energy, which is something that they lack to maybe start the game. But getting the touchdown and 2-point conversion and now having a chance to score once again with limited time is something that can get them back in this ballgame. Harrington under center. A big formation again. This time it's a sweep to Karen, who beats 2 defenders, now gets to the edge, and is taken down as he's out of bounds. Whistle is blown.
Sam Karen on the carry. JJ Marlane with the stop.
And it's the final timeout of the half taken by the Lancers, and they will have 13 seconds. And if they play this right, they will still have multiple plays if they are able to utilize the sideline correctly.
You know, Joey, 90-minute drive they took here. They have came here to play. You're down 14 in this game, but they are not shying away. A quick score here could make it a one-possession game, and that is not good for a Tanners team, although they get the ball when they're coming back from half.
The Tanners did defer.
And we continue to apologize for the technical difficulties we had in the beginning of the game, whether it be the no audio, no commentators. We understand the frustration that must bring.
Harrington and company just about ready to come back on the field.
See what the Lancers can do here, Joey. 13 seconds. Let's see what the Tanners defense can respond with.
They have been run heavy, but this time Harrington finds his way into a play-action shotgun play, looking deep down the middle, and it's deflected and incomplete.
6 seconds left here. Looks like one more play for this Lancer team.
Play will have to go to the end zone unless Longmeadow will elect to use some laterals.
And I hate to say to you, Joey, no 48-yard field goals in high school football. So they will be going for the end zone here. You never know. Evan McPherson might be coming out of the huddle real quick. Super senior.
Harrington back in the shotgun has 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen and 2 to the top. Offset at the top, and 1 lone single back to his hip. He'll scramble out, looking to fire, does so, corner of the end zone, deflected and incomplete. We'll go to the half after the Tanner defensive stop, 22-8. after one half of high school football to start the 2023-24 season.
22, Longmeadow 8.
a big win. That's a white night. They can make the Varsity coach think we have all the side. That's great though.
The thing that says push for like input one. Oh, I see it. He wants to stop and screw that after the game. Okay, so when he was like, you need to unplug it, it's he wants something. Steve. It's something like that? I'm pretty sure it's oh. So it's this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. unplug everything, hit this button, and then you just take the camera.
Okay. And then put the stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
And then bring the camera back inside. And is that what you do? Oh, okay. So bring it.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, we have the winning ticket number for tonight's 50-50 raffle drawing. Again, we have the winning ticket number for tonight's 50-50 raffle drawing. The winning ticket number is 1986777. Again, the winning ticket number for tonight's 50-50 raffle drawing, 1986777. You can claim your prize at the merchandise table.
Where's our team? No, the black team. Like our team. They're out there? Oh, gosh.
We are halfway through the opener for Woburn Tanners football season as we welcome you back. Alongside my broadcast partner Zeke Altman, I am Joey Matroni, and Zeke, I'm glad to say that the 302-day wait is finally over, and we are back, and Brian Ferreira is back in a big way. And at the top of the show, which I know we had some unfortunate technical difficulties, we talked about how much of a difference Brian Ferreira makes in this offense. Zeke, can you speak on that?
Yeah, we've talked all day about Brian Ferreira, I feel like. I mean, Liberty All-Star Middlesex League All-Conference about to break the Tanners rushing record. And he's just a fast, strong kid on the offensive and defensive end of the ball. But I want to talk more about the offensive linemen. That left side specifically, Anderson Pignaton, they call Piggy on the team, Joe Senna, Dante Delaguardi. Those left three have really anchored this offensive line as a whole. But also the right side, Jaden Cashot and Jalen Merlane have not shied a bit either. So a great collective effort from that front line of the Tanners. On defense, I feel like they've got to put together things with that front seven. They look a little discombobulated, but they'll put it together. Let's see if Coach Belcher, Coach Mullen, and that defense really got things together at halftime, because it was really a long wait for that team to come out. The Lancers were out pretty fast.
Now let's take a quick look at the first-time starter for the Tanners varsity. It's quarterback Caden Davis, who's getting, as I said, getting his first start at the quarterback position for the Tanners. I feel so far, Zeke, that he's done a great job of managing the game and doing exactly what he's been told to do by Coach Belcher. He's been facilitating the running game very well with his fakes, and then the few passes that he's been able to complete have been good.
Caden Davis has really been a force throughout this game. Like you said, Joey, just embracing the system, embracing the running plays, all sort of things like that. I mean, there's not really much you could ask from a first-game quarterback like that.
The Tanners deferred the opening coin toss, which means they will receive the second half kickoff.
So, Joey, 24 minutes left of this game, 22-8. Let's see if the Tanners can come out in their first drive and capitalize and really put a dent in this game, because that's exactly what they need right now, or else the Lancers could take that momentum they had towards the end of that first half back into their hands.
Brendan Hardy sends it away, and it's taken in by Ryan Lush, who's got some space. Down the sideline he goes, and he smartly goes out of bounds. But he's in plus territory, and it'll be good starting field position for Caden Davis and the offense as they start the second half.
A really good way to cut the corner there, work that block from number 6, Evan Kolodko. But at the end of the play, he came up hobbling a little bit, so let's monitor that throughout the game.
Yes, indeed, as Ryan Lush also seems to have some wind taken out of him after that long return, and I'm sure he'll take a rest before heading back out on the field. And as you mentioned already, Evan Kolodko, one of the big parts both on the defensive and offensive side for the Tanners. As the opening second half snap is taken by Davis and handed off to Ferreira. He gets a decent gain, but a flag is down on the field.
There is a penalty flag on the field.
Looks to be holding on the offense. That's going to be an early setback on this drive. We talked about the unforced errors. Keep saying them, Joey.
I think that's something that's expected as we see.
Oh, and sorry to interrupt you, Joey. Ferreira limping off the field there. That's something to monitor increasingly as he takes his helmet off and hits the deck.
Ferreira does come out, but Lush finds his way back in now. He might line up at running back. Mark Catone coming in as well. He'll sub out for number 80.
Sigsbury comes out of the game as Ferreira getting his hamstring worked on by the trainer.
20 from the 50-yard line.
Lush comes in motion to become the slot receiver. It's a shotgun snap up coming for Davis. He drops back, looking to fire. This time tries to escape, but he cannot. It's a sack for the first time this game. It's number 52, Atticus Snow.
Interesting name there, Joey. Atticus Snow really making an impact there with a big sack, setting the Tanners way back, holding on first down. Now on that first down replay, a sack. So that brings the Tanners way back, and it's 2nd and 25 here.
2nd and 25 as Caden Davis comes back into the huddle, relays the play.
2nd and 25 from the Tanners 45-yard line.
The Tanners back into the shotgun with trips to the top of your screen, and another flag.
Looks to be on the Lancers here.
If that was another penalty on the Tanners, which thankfully it wasn't, I'm sure Coach Belcher would not have been happy.
Oh, he would have lost his mind.
Davis now, as he gets some help from the penalty. It's another trip, this time to the bottom of your screen with the slot receiver offset. That's Catone. It's a sprint up by Davis, firing back across the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Brendan Hardy had his hands on it, but he can't keep control of it.
Incredibly risky pass there. Number 7 on the Lancers, Brendan Hardy. Like you said, Joey, comes straight out of the middle. Davis barely saw him out of the corner of his eye. Tried to fire in a pass there, but Hardy just comes up short with that interception.
That may have been the first questionable decision we have seen from Caden Davis, as he was rolling out to his left and did not set his feet before throwing that ball, causing an off-balance throw.
And that's part of the development as a young quarterback.
It's another play action. This time he rolls out to the other side, and it is caught with a flag. Incomplete, excuse me. We've got a penalty flag on the turf.
Number 44, Thomas Knievy, was going out for a route there. Davis was looking for Knievy, but Knievy was getting held the whole time. Called out for the flag,
against Longmeadow,
and he got it. So
it'll be a PI going against Longmeadow, as Sigsbury checks back in for Catone.
A big call there by the refs, as third down becomes a little bit more manageable here.
Matt Souza thought he was going to make it to the field.
3rd and 5 from
this
the
time
35.
it's a full house formation on 3rd and 5. Longmeadow looks to be expecting a run. It is a run. This time it's Ryan Lush up the middle in a burst of speed, and he's through for a first down. And Lush gets up there, fired up. That's part of that Ryan Lush fire that you see. A lot of setbacks in that drive with the holding call, with the false start. But the Tanners got up and fought, and Ryan Lush brings that first down. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going, resulting in a touchdown here, Joey. Lush gets right back into the huddle and clapping his hands, making sure the energy is still up for this Tanners offense.
Davis, let's see what he can conjure up here with his boys as they go into the full house formation once again.
Davis under center snap. It's a handoff to Lush again, who runs off tackle, and his progress is stopped after a gain of 3.
Going back to the hot hand there, Ryan Lush didn't come to fruition, but as Ferreira, a good sight, comes back into the ball game, taking out Lush. Let's see how they manage him after coming out with an injury and making his return.
Lush actually will just switch positions, would stay on the field as Knievy will take a break.
Knievy really making an impact here in his first game on the varsity team.
A standout on the Tanners freshman team just last season. Under center snap again for Davis. They go right back to Ferreira. This time he's wrapped up early by number 50 and number 71, as rain looks to begin to start to fall.
Hailing down
Ryan Ferreira.
from the air as Ferreira continues to limp, and this is not a good sign for the Tanners.
Struggling to get off the field here as he does make it. We'll monitor that as we get further on into this ball game. With the heat, maybe we have some early season cramps as we have a split back shotgun formation. Lush gets the handoff, trying to wait for his blocks to set up, but they did not.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
He stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 4th down now. Let's see if Mark Catone gets his first opportunity to kick.
Sigsbury comes off the field here. Coutone comes on the field with Davis.
So it looks like they're going to go for this one and elect not to try the field goal.
Good point there, Joey. As Coutone goes out into the formation at the bottom of your screen with Bassini and Lush on the top of your screen. Here we go.
Davis, shotgun snap, drops back, looking right, low throw, and it is out of the reach of Ryan Lush. And that is an unfortunate turnover on downs. And Longmeadow will take over with 6:45 to go in the third, 22-8 in favor of Woburn. Back here on WPMC, Joey Matroni and Zeke Altman with you. We're back after a short injury timeout. We hope that number 73, the senior Ben Mulcahy, is okay and is back later on in the game as we hope that he's able to make a quick recovery.
And another player getting worked on by the Woburn trainer, number 70, Anderson Pignaton, is going to come out of the game. Let's see who replaces him later.
1st and 10, outside handoff, got some room now, and he is taken down after a gain of 11.
Rush on the play by number 14, Sam Carey. That carry is good for Longmeadow first down.
Carey, just good enough for the Longmeadow first down.
And I've noted Sam Caron there, that his ability to shift through defenders and jukes and moves, stuff like that. Really talented football player.
Harrington back under center in the full house formation, which is something we've seen a lot from both teams tonight. Here comes the motion, and it's a sweep handoff, and breaking across the 45 is number 3. That is Finley Morin.
For another Lancers first down.
Back-to-back first downs on back-to-back plays.
Morin with that same ability to really get by defenders, as Frere really working on those calves there. Trying to use the foam rollers.
That leads me to believe that it might be a heat-induced injury.
Let's hope, Joey.
Another inside handoff. This time it's a cluster of Tanners that will stop the progress of Marino.
Basket on the rush. 3-yard gain.
A 3-yard gain there
Second
for
and 7 from the
Longmeadow,
50-yard
which will
line.
bring up a 2nd and 7. With 5:09 and counting left to go in the third quarter, the score still stands 22-8 in favor of the Tanners.
Big stop needed here on this drive. Longmeadow seems to be charging down the field here, 2nd and 7.
Motion comes by Morin. They fake the handoff to him. This time it goes inside to Marino, and he gets a nice gain out across the 40.
Sam Karen on the rush for Lancers first down.
Karen's really been killing us on this drive with the way he's been shifting through that linebacker trio.
A multitude of runners have gotten the ball throughout this game so far for the Lancers.
Karen in motion.
Karen does come in motion. This time the handoff goes to Basket, who is just behind the 30.
And Joey,
Davis with the tackle.
Harrington really has a good trio of running backs on this Lancer team this year. Whether it be Karen, whether it be
Second and
Morin,
3 from the 31-yard
or
line.
Busquet, like you just said.
Jaden Castriata now getting an opportunity to sub out Joe Senna on the defensive line. Another full house snap with 2 running backs behind him. This time it's an offset handoff, and a nice tackle there.
Couton coming out of nowhere to absolutely lay the hammer on Karen there as he comes up limping on the play.
Mark Couton with the stop.
Flipping around, Morin was Couton on that one. And he seems to be limping off the field, but some fluids might help him out there.
If you're watching from far away, we're in a big heat wave in the state of Massachusetts in the region of New England, so it's really affecting these young guys out here tonight.
Back into a single back formation this time with Harrington under center. And Karen comes in motion and a flag. It'll be a false start going against Longmeadow, which will back them up as Joe Senna will sub out the limping Jaden Castriot.
I believe that's Pick Nathan actually once again. He continues to hobble.
First and 15 from the 31.
It's a 1st and 15 from the 31-yard line as Morin comes in motion. It's a fake handoff to him up the middle. Goes the Lancers across the 30 to the 28-yard line.
With the tackle.
Bringing that false start back to close to where they started as it becomes 2nd and 13 here.
3-yard gain.
A 3-yard gain on that one.
And like you said, Joey, a lot of struggling injuries here because of this heat, but also because it's the first game of the season. Not a lot of endurance because it's the first game of the season. The adrenaline's really there.
Brian Ferreira did just make his way up from stretching as the jet sweep goes to Karen, and he is finally taken down after bouncing off 2 tacklers after a gain of 6.
As Ferreira comes running back in the game, they really, really need Ferreira right now. as the linebackers continue to get beat up here.
7-yard gain.
A 7-yard gain still leaves them short,
3rd and 5 from
short of the
20-yard
first down,
line.
which makes it a 3rd and 5 upcoming for Longmeadow.
Replacing Ferreira there was, I believe, Connor Foley, the young sophomore. But Ferreira's back in the game now.
Under center is Harrington, waiting for the snap. Now gets it, and it's a play-action roll-up pass. He's hit as he throws, and it was in the direction
Incomplete pass.
of a running back, but it was nowhere near the hands.
Once again, another example of the fantastic coverage from the secondary of the Tanners, whether it be Kolodko, Coutone, Lush, Davis. They're all joining together as a family to really not let any passes get over their head, because really all the struggles that the Tanners have had on defense is really in the run game so far, whether it be Corrin or Morin.
Not only the successful secondary play, but also some successful pass rush. As the motion comes again, this time it's an up the middle run,
Short of the first down.
but they are stopped
Pass
short
made by
of
Coutone
the
and Souza.
of the first down, which means the Tanners will take over.
Well, the two-headed beast there of Karen and Morin. Karen was in motion, faked the handoff to him. Morin went right through the middle, but was stuffed. A good sight to see from a Tanner's defense that has been struggling against the run in the past few sets of downs. Both seniors, these two running backs for Longmeadow, so they've had the experience at the varsity level.
Tanner's
And
ball,
obviously,
1st and 10
head coach
from
Tanner
their
Williams has a
21-yard
lot of
line.
trust in these older veterans.
The Woburn Tanners take over 1st and 10 from their own 21 with
Piscini on the
1:09 left to go in the 3rd.
Look at Ryan Piscini on the bottom of your screen calling for it as Ferreira. It's stuffed.
Piscini
And
was
off to
left
Ferreira.
wide open on the screen. Davis didn't see it, and
2nd and 8.
Delagrati's slow to get up, but he seems to be okay.
Piscini continues to be a big part of the running game, as we did not expect.
Piscini, another track star in the spring season, and you can see that skill as soon as he's given the opportunity with the ball in space. As the toss goes to Ferreira, who's back now, as he goes in between the tackles.
You can tell Ferreira's just struggling with this injury as seconds tick off this 3rd quarter.
18 and counting with the clock stopped due to the injury timeout.
Another player down for Woburn. Both Ferreira, tough to see who that second player is.
It's possible it's Ryan Lush.
That would not be good
That play will
at
bring
all.
us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, the Woburn Tanners 22, the
Looks like
Longmeadow
it.
Lancers 8.
Despite the injuries, the clock did continue to run, which will bring us to the end of 3 quarters. And with 12 minutes still to go, it's 22-8 in favor of the Tanners here on WPMC.
And the Tanners back out here on offense as a 3rd down and 2, a very important play in this game.
Lost 2 running backs for at least the play as Ferreira and Lush try to work out some kinks as the run goes up the middle, enough for a 1st down, marked down at the 35.
Boy, Ryan Piscini coming up big all night tonight as he comes up and gets a big 1st down, like you said, with both running backs out of the game. And a quick shout out to the volleyball team as the JV and freshman team won their games. Sports here, always a big tradition in Woburn as the Tanners come up to the line.
Unfortunately, some other ones have been canceled due to the heat wave that we mentioned earlier. As another run goes to Piscini. This time he's shut down early. After a minimal gain, maybe to the 37-yard line.
And like you said, Joey, both the boys and girls soccer team getting canceled yesterday, as they are both set to have a pretty successful season. Boys led by senior captain Matthew Belliani.
Sigsbury trots off the field here now, and Mark Catone, who they have been checking each other in and out of the offense up to this point in the game. Sigsbury, a bigger frame that can be used well on the offensive line, whereas you see Catone on the outside on the receivers. That
Fumble on the play.
rush was fumbled by Ryan Lush, but he recovered his own fumble.
Yeah, just good.
The possession.
Not the greatest handoff from Davis there to Lush. Lush bobbled it, but credit to Lush, hopped right back on it and avoided any mistakes there. As the fans serenade Let's Go Woburn as 9:52 and counting starts to tick off the clock.
The crowd trying to hype this team up as it's a toss to Ryan Lush, who looks to get to the outside. Does, still on his feet, down the sideline, one man to beat. He's gonna beat him down the sideline. No one's gonna catch him. Touchdown, Tanners.
Woburn Tanners touchdown scored by number 3, Ryan Lush.
And then Joey, right as the game starts to get stagnant, you give the ball to Ryan Lush. Ferreira's out. Pignane's having injury problems. You give the ball to Ryan Lush, and he gets you a score there. Absolute clutch from Ryan Lush there as he extends the lead to 20 with an extra point attempt here from the Tanners. Wow, what a run. You can see the speed that he had going down that sideline, beating 1, 2, 3, 4 Lancer defenders.
Catone in to attempt his first extra point of the season. The long snap will come from Jason Thomas once the timeout is over. Here on Woburn Public Media Center after the long touchdown run by junior Ryan Lush, and it's Mark Catone in to attempt the point after. It will be Jason Thomas to snap, Sean Marsh to hold, Catone of course to kick. The high snap, it's going to be a fake after the high snap. Marsh tried to throw it away, but it was unsuccessful.
No good.
And the extra point will be no good, as Marsh was unable to get the high snap down quick enough to give Catone a shot at kicking it through the uprights.
You can tell Coach Belcher senses it's time. This is the time to go and win this football game. And he has brought the team together as one whole unit and talked about it. Talking about focus and effort, consistency throughout the whole 48-minute football game. Let's see what the Tanners can deliver on defense here as Michael Nicholas and his special teams get ready to go back out on the field.
Nonetheless, as the Tanners kick it back to the Lancers, they will find themselves up 20 by a score of 28-8 with just 9:29 to go left in this Week 1 matchup. Special teams unit back out onto the field.
9:29 to go. As Coach Belcher continues to preach focus and effort. There have been a lot of great coaches in this system, in this Tanners organization. Coach Belcher definitely one of those legends. Let's see how he can stamp his name into this season, into the Tanner record books.
The squib kick by Catone will find its way out of bounds, resulting in a penalty. Which will spot the ball at the 40-yard line.
This defense definitely playing well as a whole unit, only allowed 8 points throughout the first 3 quarters. But like I said before, Joey, gotta continue that.
Yeah, I think something that Coach Belcher preaches is having the same amount of effort throughout the entire game, no matter what the score is, to prevent any sort of collapses from happening.
Watch number 7, Brendan Hardy at the bottom of your screen.
The motion comes, it's an inside handoff, and lunging out across the 40, excuse me.
I've noticed about this team that the Lancers really struggle to cut to the outside with their running backs. Whether it be guys that we've mentioned before, Morin, Caron, Bousquet, they really like going up the middle. They trust their offensive line, but they don't really go to the outside. Cutting to the outside really ask questions of this Tanner secondary.
The outside handoff goes again. This time it's in between the tackles. And the runner is taken down by Caden Davis. It was number 14, Sam Karen on the left.
Davis and Foley coming together for that tackle as Catone limps off the field. Once again, not a good sight.
Karen also seemed to be shaken up on the play, but he'll stay out on the field as Harrington talks it over with his unit.
Also, Joe, I just want a quick shout out to the new principal of the Woburn High School, Mr. Razanen. Welcome.
This time it's a straight up the middle quarterback sneak. Good enough for a first down.
Interesting, Longmeadow really not moving fast here as time continues to tick off the clock.
As the time goes down, they may have to stray away from the run game a little bit if they want to get themselves back into this ball game as soon as possible.
You know, Joe, they had a little success at the end of the first half with quick passing plays. As you can see, number 17, Chris Filippone at the top of your screen, isolated there with Connor Foley.
Harrington will go back under center. And it's a flag resulting in a false start. As it was just meant to be a spike to stop the clock, maybe, or that was just the reaction of the quarterback Harrington after the false start.
Interesting matchup there at the top of your screen, Filippone versus Connor Foley, the new and young stud of this team.
Back into
the under center position goes Harrington on a 1st and 15. It's more motion by Karen, but it's an inside handoff to number 34, Marino, who's taken down by number 77.
Jaden Castrata there with a really good tackle. Make sure to grab the full body and bring him down. As the fans and energy begins to mount here at Connolly Memorial Stadium as they sense a Tanner W with 6:30 and counting.
The Tanners with an opportunity to hopefully put this game away with another stop and maybe some more points on the following drive.
Second down here, 2nd down and 14.
14 after the 1-yard gain as Karen comes in motion. This time it's a play action pass, who is hit by Kolodko. The ball pops free. It's going to be a matter of if the wide receiver had control, which he did not, and the pass will be rolled incomplete.
Just a crunching tackle there from senior captain Evan Kolodko. Came out of nowhere to deliver the heat on the Lancers wide receiver there as the pass was deemed incomplete.
However, with the energy that they still have, the Tanners were ready to pounce right on that ball had it been a fumble.
As number 7, Jason Patomas makes his intro into this defense as Mark Coutone is hobbling off the field. Not a good sight.
3rd and 14 from the 42.
3rd and 14 from their own 42. Go the Lancers as it's a toss taken in by Karen, who bounces away from the first defender, going down the sideline. A flag flies from the secondary.
There's a penalty flag in the field.
It didn't look like he got the first down. But let's see what this flag is. Very interesting call here with 5:52 remaining.
As we have
a couple injured players down on the field. Couple knees, players on their backs. Just been a struggle to stay healthy in this one, Joey. Really strange game overall.
Yes, but there are always going to be some interesting things to see as it is a week 1 game. No one's played game action away from the few scrimmages, but not a lot of people get consistent playing time in any sort of scrimmage, and we'll take a break as we await the end of the injury timeout.
Back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium and WPMC. A couple new guys into the game here as Ty Cruz, number 27, the junior, comes into the game, as well as Jason Patomas, the long snapper, making their entrances on defense.
From the 38-yard line.
The penalty did go against Longmeadow, creating a 3rd and 15 from their own 38-yard line. It's a toss to the outside. It's Karen, who's got some space now. Breaking into the secondary, avoids a man. Down the sideline he goes. He lost the football, and Mark Coutone is the man to jump on it, and the Tanners will take over. Wow, what a play by Evan Kolodko. It looked like Karen was way past the Tanners defense. Kolodko comes back, makes the tackle, and brings the ball down, football down, player down, and Coutone recovers. We are going the other direction, Joey. Evan Kolodko was the last line of defense. If he didn't get there, I believe Karen had a touchdown.
You know, Joey, Evan Kolodko not the fastest guy on the field, but boy does he have heart. Showing the Tanners team why he is a senior captain, why he has leadership, as we take a close look at Mark Coutone here, who is still looks to be struggling.
As he'll take a break here after recovering the fumble, which gives the Tanners the ball back after the touchdown. After they scored a touchdown on their previous drive. Lush the furthermost back with two fullbacks in the backfield as well. The handoff will go to Ryan, and he is taken down immediately at the 30.
Handoff to Ryan Lush.
Of course, the Tanners are going to be conservative here, run the football,
on the tackle,
and let time keep ticking away. Interesting, this game was supposed to be against Braintree. It was going to be a home-and-home deal. Of course, last year Tanners played them on their first game away, but Braintree opted out of that one.
2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line.
As the Tanners look to take care of business against the Longmeadow Lancers tonight on this humid but very beautiful Friday night in the city of Woburn.
Props to the Lancers for making their way all the way down from Springfield to compete tonight, and they have shown some flashes, but unfortunately the running game for the Tanners has just been unbelievably difficult to stop.
Taking every second possible off the clock here.
Davis hands it off to Piscini this time, who's stopped behind the line.
Handoff to Ryan Piscini.
Talking about Ryan Piscini, shout out to Ryan Piscini's barber, Darren Healy from Woburn Barbershop, a local barbershop. Really does impressive work with the scissors out near Nana Betts.
Another injured player down here. Evan Kolodko right by his side. I can't exactly...
We're going to take a break here. Injury timeout. Back in a sec.
That's number 57, J.J. Merlane, who's now back up on his feet, hobbling a little bit. But after the injury timeout, we'll be back for the final 3:55.
Is this my camera or your camera?
Back here on Woburn Public Media Center, as with 3:30 and counting to go. Davis finds his way back under center. It's a handoff now to Catone, who's getting his first snap at running back today. However, he stopped pretty fast.
Fourth down here. Punting unit's going to come out here. 20-point lead, 3:06 coming here as the Lancers will take a timeout. Very quick break. We'll be back in a second.
Timeout. Longmeadow.
Back here to spend the final 3:06 with you on WPMC with the Tanners up 28-8 and set to give the ball back to the Lancers off the right leg of Ryan Lush. That's a nice punt. Out of the reach of the return men, they will elect... No, oh, never mind. Number 17, Philip One, does take it after a interesting pause from both sides, and he gets up near the 40.
you know, and the coaches will tell Ryan Lush things are getting a little chippy as Lush and number 52, Atticus Snow, were going at it. Reminds me of the character on To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch.
Lonnie Exime getting his first action tonight on the defensive end position as it is a handoff to number 3, Morin, who breaks it into the secondary, broke the original contain.
That carry good for Longmeadow, first down.
Shout out to Lonnie Exime, first few minutes of his varsity career.
.236 and counting left to go. The Tanners up 20 here late. The under center snap with 3 backs in the backfield. Morin comes in motion. It's a fake to him. Play action across the middle. Throw is short of the receiver.
Incomplete.
It was intended for Sam Karen.
Second down.
They continue to look for Karen, even though that really hasn't worked all night.
He has had some spurts of speed on the jet sweeps that have gotten Longmeadow some decent yardage.
Longmeadow's offense really has been as consistent as seeing a tree in the desert, absolutely invisible.
Back under center now is Harrington in the offense. It's another man in motion. It's an up the middle run. Getting past the front 7, but it's a nice tackle there.
First down, Longmeadow.
What a tackle there from senior Lonnie Exime as he brings down the offensive player with 2 minutes left in this game.
Under 2 minutes to go now. Back under center is Harrington. This time it's an outside sweep to Morin. Looking for the edge. Doesn't totally get there.
Strong tackle there from senior captain Mark Coutone.
Timeout. Longmeadow.
Timeout for the Lancers. We will be back in a second to finish the last 139 of this football game.
Joey Matroni alongside Zeke Altman back here with you for the final 139 of opening week of Tanner football on WPMC, as it's another outside run for Longmeadow that doesn't really go anywhere, as we're now under 90 seconds to go in this ball game.
Castriata with another tackle there as he's played a role in the defensive line tonight.
Second down.
Here comes the Lancers once again.
Back under center goes Harrington. 2 backs in the backfield. It's another play action rollout. Pass to the corner is deflected. Nice coverage there by number 25, Ryan Passini.
Intended for number 3, Caden Morin. Ryan Passini on the coverage.
And we asked senior leader Hadi Bilal about his friendship with Caden Davis throughout the years, and he talked about how they knew each other since they were 5, just playing flag football, playing catch in the backyard.
20-yard line.
Football really does run in Caden Davis's blood, and now look at him on the gridiron under the lights on Friday next to his high school.
Both Bilal and Davis both said they kind of knew from a young age that they were meant to be quarterbacks. Harrington now in the shotgun. It's a quick snap. He's pressured and now goes down.
Quarterback sack by number 77, Jamie Castriota.
It's the first sack of the season for the Tanners, and it's number 77, the big man Jaden Castriota.
Well, Joey, that's going to be interesting to see if Coach Belcher goes to him
Longmeadow.
throughout this season on the line before they get Jorge Morales back. But we'll take a quick break, hopefully the last one. 52 seconds left in this one. Tanners 28, Longmeadow Lancers 8.
Back here on WPMC, final 52 ticks left to go. Harrington under center. Snap. Outside run towards the corner. And it's a nice run there by Karen.
Rush by number 14.
Into the red zone.
Karen.
45 ticks left as he runs out of bounds to stop the clock.
First down.
But he still stopped short of the first down.
Tanners ball.
As the Tanners regain possession of the football, going the other way with 45 seconds left as they huddle for the last time. Like I said before, hopefully, as Dylan Sigsbury, Castriota, and the whole bunch of them come in.
Now, Zeke, as the Tanners are 45 seconds away from heading to 1-0 on the season, what was maybe your favorite thing about tonight's ball game?
I mean, first of all, my favorite thing is being back with you, Joey, and being back on WPMC, watching the game, and being in this beautiful booth. But the second thing was seeing Brian Ferreira right back where he started. 3 touchdowns tonight. It really stamped his legacy on this, as he's going to continue doing that throughout the season. Interesting to monitor that injury, but it really was a good victory for the Tanners as time ticks down on the last kneel of this game. As both teams go for handshakes, it's been a good one, Joey. Joey, final thoughts.
1-0 on the season are the Tanners, and so is Caden Davis in his varsity starting quarterback career. We'll be back here next week on WPMC for week 2 against Burlington. For one final time tonight, I am Joey Matroni. He is Zeke Gutman. We will see you next week.